So how annoying is the audio? I'm using my headphones here, and they're supposed to have some noise cancellation in the outgoing. What's up, Matt? So how loud is the CNC? Is it feeding back through the headphones? Tim and Mike, you need to go over to Twitch. Everything's on Twitch. You're missing all the other stuff going on. I think you're the only two on there. See the banner? It says mostly on Twitch. And dual streaming, which I know Twitch gets all upset about, but they're not paying me. Yeah, I know. Well, there is commercials, but they're not as money. What's up, Vince? We're playing with the CNC. I was actually trying to get this to work on MakerDeck, but the laptop, the CNC, has a terrible camera, and I really can't get it in a position to record the CNC easily. But for some reason, there's a squirrel up in my head. For some reason, the iPad on the MakerDeck kept dropping. It was just disconnect. And I've seen it before, and I think it's because of too many video streams. Like literally the windows on the, when there's too many little boxes of people with all their individual video streams, I think it just can't handle it. Because it works fine otherwise. That's why I was doing this, to see if it was going to drop. It's not dropping. So I think it's the iPad just can't process all the, 8, 10 video streams all at once. Well, this camera's not really that bad right now. It's a tiny little window, so. They're using StreamYard just like I am now. You just sign in to StreamYard, they send you a link and just sign in. Just like I have both of these coming in. Holy crap, it's already 10 after 5. I gotta go make dinner soon. Yeah, I should get over. Yeah, I gave her a big lunch, like all kinds of fruits and stuff. And she nibbled that all day. She's still nibbling that before. Like an hour or two ago when I went in there. They gave her a bunch of fruit and crap. Like a lot. So she's not going to starve to death. Because I will not leave this. I don't like leaving this thing while it's running. Kind of expensive. They didn't go wrong. It kind of costs a lot of money to fix. You'd think, but it's actually not true. From what I understand, the way it works, the video streams through as individual video streams, even though they're tiny. Yeah, well, you're like a couple, 3 hours behind me, right? You're on the other side of the country, even though you're on the other country. You're up in Maple Circle. Yeah, that's what I thought, but it actually doesn't. It mixes it into a stream, but each video is still an individual video. It's the tiny individual video. That's what I understand it. Because it works fine until I get up to, I had the same problem before. When I get up to like 3 or 4 um, windows open, that's when the iPad freaks out. It just can't handle that much graphical information, whatever. I don't know. That's what it seems to be. I was just playing with it. I got 4 or 5 windows open and it bogged down and then kicked itself off. I mean, it could be because of network, but I got both of them running now. But I thought out here in the garage I couldn't run both units, video streaming, and it's working fine. I don't know. That seems to be the issue. Because it's working fine now. Not a problem. And it's clearer, at least it seems to be, on both of mine. That's what I always thought too, was that it's just, sending you one video stream with all the different windows. But from what I understand, I guess it really is. It sends a window layout and then says, plot this video stream in this hole, and this video stream in this hole, and this video stream in this hole. And then it sends each individual video stream. Yeah. But then I was only running the iPad. And I'm running them both now without an issue. And the iPad kept dropping. And it's done it before when I got on screen. And it only does it when I get to like 4, when I get above like 3 or 4 windows, it starts dropping. It disconnects. It literally disconnects the screen there. It's weird. Yeah, from what I understand, StreamYard's, it compiles a window. Which is okay. Right now there are 8 streams. So put boss stream in this window and then so you're still running all the individual videos. They're just tiny little videos. Little videos. I guess. I don't know, it's working fine now. Works better than this laptop does. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. They have the same. It was just a goose to try it. And like I said, I've used it before because I've done the same thing I'm doing now with it before. I've used it as a secondary camera. Basically sitting on this stand. I love this stand, by the way. They are wicked expensive and well worth every penny, although it is expensive. The function of it's worth it. The actual thing is not. It's well built and stuff, but it's a little bobbly. It wears out. It used to be nice and stiff and tight. You can go around and screw all the joints together and then you move it a half a dozen times and they all come loose again. They don't stay locked very well. But for what I'm using it for. It basically is my read while I'm in bed freaking stand. This thing comes out over my bed and I can arch the arm out and sit in bed, read or watch videos or do whatever. Well, I have to say, I haven't read in a while. I used to use the Kindle BS back in the day when I first got this thing. Sit there and read a book in bed. What do you have to? I think I'm going to finish at 6 o'clock. 3D printed PLA from Canadian land. That came from Sparta 3D. It's flexible PLA. It's flexible. It's the rubbery from Canada, from the Maple Leaf people. Good stuff. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, that's a nice freaking print. And that's it. Like, how did I do that? 0.26 layer height. Like, ridiculous speed. They did a beautiful job. And it wasn't that stringy, especially considering how much of an overhang this area here is. It did a beautiful job. I mean, it's stringy, don't get me wrong, but it's not terrible. I just hit it with a hot air gun, and a spatula. Works well, actually. I like it for that. And this, I like it better than the TPU because it's actually stiffer and it's more flexible. Because I've actually driven that into a part, like into one of the screws, and it flexed it right over, rode over it, and popped it right back. Didn't even come off the spindle or anything. Didn't even pop this off because this actually popped. This is two pieces. This is the lower, and this is the upper, and it didn't even pop the lower off. And it's just pressure fit on there. It just bent the whole thing out of the way, worked its way over it, didn't even slow the CNC down, and popped right back into it. I was like, that's freaking perfect. But it is stiffer than the TPU. And that's pretty stiff, cheapo. This right here is all cheapo TPU. The support for those and the support for the home kit. Zorro TPU. The only thing about it is that I think the TPU is better heat. It's hard to tell. I think that PLA wouldn't hold up the heat. But this thing's pretty much ice cold. Oh, it's a little warm. It's not terrible. Fairly lovely temperature. I gotta get a cooler for the actual tank. Right now, I just have it pumped through the tank of water. It's only like a gallon. As it heats up and heats up that gallon of water, it gets hot. Because a gallon of water isn't cooling. The only cooling for it is all of that hose going down and then underneath the CNC and then to the tank. And the tank's sitting on the concrete floor. So just a Tupperware tub sitting on the concrete floor. So it's absorbing, coolness off the concrete. Absorbing coolness. Dissipating the heat into the concrete floor. Concrete floor. No, it's probably gallon. The whole thing, I couldn't put it. I didn't even fill it with a gallon of anything. I mixed it half and half with water. Not needed mix anything. I orange crap. Yeah, well, that's because it's actually hooked up to a central air vac. It's not like a shop vac. It's a big, massive, like, horse and a half central air vac. So it's got buku freaking suction balls. It works really well until it clogs because I got a couple of joints between hoses and the pipe. So all the way up there, and then all the way up there, and into that big white hose going all the way down there, that little white hose going through the wall over there. And then it goes through about 4 feet of flex hose into the separator, my little cyclone separator I 3D printed, and it's on printables.com. And then it goes back up into the central air vac, and a couple of those connections every once in a while. This thing doesn't put out sawdust; it actually puts out shavings, which is kind of weird. But every once in a while, the shavings will build up and clog it. I hear it. You can hear that motor winding up. Mow the lawn there, Mike. Is that human hair? No. It's just one of them. And that's the other thing I'm finding funny. I made this a little tight, and it's not glued in there. I just jammed it into the thing, saying, okay, let's test it before I glue it in there. Make sure I don't have to alter anything. I don't. It's not expensive, but it's like $15 for like a 5 foot roll of that, and that's actually more than you think. Almost a full foot right there. Yeah, I go. You'd have to grow it that long for. Um, but yeah, it's just jammed in there. It's not even glued or anything. And as you can see, it's right down there. It's not going to get pulled on much harder than it is now. That's a really really short fit I have in there. It's only like a 20 millimeter long fit. So it's not going to get much more pull on that than it's getting now. When I cut the outside, I didn't actually cut. Um, I don't cut all the way through anymore. I don't even do the tabs because I do it that way and then I put it on the bandsaw and run the router on it and clean the edge. And I don't have to jam that thing down into it. Oh God, if you're running a CNC without a vacuum, you're nuts. It's just freaking mess. They're just so nice to have that thing just suck up all the dust. It does two things actually. It makes it cut better because it gets the dust out of the way of the bit. So the bit cuts cleaner and faster and cooler and blah blah blah. And it just keeps everything neater. I should probably speed this up. Limit it. I've less than a half an hour for dinner. Still got a lot to do. That would be the, I don't know, three more letters and the little smiley face he has on there. I should pick it up a notch. It's done. Wait, it's locked in now. It's maxed out at 120% of set speed. I always set it usually real well because I'm scared, especially with this. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. It's hot. That's what I do. All these things. This is all just base. These are cut off. This is actually two different things. The bottom is little scraps of mahogany, and the top is scrap cut off from doing a cedar closet wall. What's up, tripod? And this was too thin on its own, the cedar, and the mahogany is just cut off. So I just glued them all together. They're different, widths. So like the mahogany seems almost perfectly in the middle of each one of the cedars. The mahogany is only like 3 or 4 slats wide, or the cedar is about 6. So hopefully it won't curl. I don't know if it does or not. I just been gluing scraps together. That's what this is. I really like this thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but this is a freaking nice board. It's just a bunch of junk all glued together, and it is freaking cool. I just gotta decide what I'm gonna do with it. But my brother was laughing at me the other day. He was here, and I got my shelves over there. I'm like, the good, I've got the big shelves with all the oaks and the fancy, but then over on the other side, it's all like pressure treated and fine, just scrap cut off crap. Cedars and mahogany and redwood and just, most of it's like a foot long. And I go to pull a piece off and like 10 things fall down. And I just grab them all and start gluing them together. My brother's like, what the hell are you doing? I go, if it falls on the freaking thing, uh-oh, you're not supposed to see it, fix them, dude. No. You already knew because you started it. Started on the other one. But see, it's streaming here. See this fixing, dude? It's streaming here, no problem. But the minute I get like 5 or 6 video windows, like from StreamYard, the little boxes start showing up, it won't stream off the iPad. The iPad just connects. That would be CETA. That's actually scrap. Freaking closet heater liner, you know, that real toilet. 3/8 of an inch thick, and then it's 3/8 of an inch thick, actually a little more. It's just over 3/4 of an inch thick here. Scrap mahogany. I throw it out. It's both nice pieces of wood. It look even better when it's all clean and the glue's all off. But I used to freaking cut it, you know, plane it and then cut it. But then I ended up planing it again, cleaning it, sanding it. So I'm like, you know what? As long as the bottom's smooth and top's fairly flat, I'm not going to plane all the glue off because I'm just going to end up planing it twice. I actually have a planer head for this now, and I actually do have a planer. The problem is the planer only goes to 12 inches. So I bought a planer head for this, and it works freaking unbelievable. This here thing. And it's got the replaceable bit, just like my helical head, and it's cheap. This thing was less than $30, and it works unbelievably well. Like really, really well. Maverick, to be honest, all said and done, I think it works better than the actual planer does. It's a surfacing bit. It's for actually surfacing the board. So when you put your material down, you have a flat surface to reference on. And that way, if anything's off on the machine, if you surface your table with the surfacing bit, it will always be parallel to the head. So that way, no matter what you do, even if everything's cockeyed out of plumb, you know, it's not drained right, when you surface the bed, the actual wasteboard, everything becomes parallel. So it's all set and true. So like every couple of months, I take like 1/16 of an inch skin off of it. Yeah, but instead of setting the head to the bed on a 3D printer, you actually just put a bit on it and you just make the bed flat. You flatten the whole bed. The other thing is like everyone uses this yeah, speak Tom. What the hell is that crap? You know, masonite crap. Particle board. It's cheap particle board. The problem is, you know, the weather changes, it swells and crap. Yeah, the aluminum bed is not to be. You should never be seen sitting on top of it. You should always have a thin piece of scrap wood. That way, if the bit pokes through, it's not damaging your aluminum bed. Like if you look, I have an aluminum structure here, but there's a 1/2 inch. This used to be 3/4. I've resurfaced this. Here's my surface, and here's the original. Here's the surface. This is about a 1/4 inch lip now because I've done this 2 or 3 times. And I literally take like a 1/2 millimeter off each time. The first time you take like just a millimeter if you have it. If you need to take more off, you take more off. But after that, all you usually have to do is take like a 1/16 of an inch, like a 1/2 millimeter. Like that. And then it flattens the whole thing. So when you put your material on it, you know your material, or you know your head travels and it's all trimmed to the bed. Just like adjusting the screws on your 3D printer, but you don't have to adjust any screws. You just let the bit grind all the waste crap off. That's like calling wasteboard because it's waste. And you can drill holes in it, and put stuff and mark all over it. Every couple of months when it gets worn out, you just skim it over. And when it gets totally worn out, you just pull it up and put a new one down. Well, you got a couple, don't you? I know you got a little, one of them little Jinsu ones there, don't you? which I really wish I had one of those because I think that would be. This is kind of scary. This thing's kind of scary. It's not really fun. It's scary. Anything goes wrong with this, it makes noise and stuff breaks and it's scary. You know, one of them little ones that you could just like put a piece of plywood on and make a little, a little thingy out of. Those are fun. I kind of want one for fun. I actually want two more. I want a little one to just do like almost like wood burning, like a laser, but with a CNC, you know what I mean? That little awakening thing. Um, but I'd really like one to do aluminum too, which wouldn't be, it would be about the size of that whole piece of steel. This is freaking huge. I'm not even using like a tenth of this bed. It's huge. It's 3.5 foot wide and 4 foot, 49 inches deep. You can't see it back there. And that's the actual surface area. Bigger than that frame was. Freaking huge. It's so weird that I can stream here on the iPad and the freaking computer both at the same time, no problem. The minute it tries to join freaking MakerDAC, the iPad just says nope. But it's got to be the video stream. Not everything I've seen or read says. Yeah, it is looking great. You kind of want it, don't you? You realize I started this fiction dude way back at your birthday when they were doing this little plastic candy thing. They're like, oh, I'm gonna see him doing the clock. Everyone was doing that a week or two before your birthday. I did the whole file. Life got in the way. Everyone was printing that little print. I edited the print to make it some dude. I almost did that today, and freaking forgot about it. Life got in the way. Blah blah. Forgot all about it. And then I was going through my computer today, and I was just like dumping files because I got like a folder on my computer where I dump all the CNC files and then build them. And a lot of stuff just sits there. Like I'll do it and then I'll edit it and I'll save the old file in case I don't like the edit. Blah blah. I can go into it. And was doing it today, dumping them all because there's like a gig and a half of crap. And I saw it and I'm like, you know what? I got the perfect piece of wood because this was just out here. It was another one of these, the scrap wood fell on the floor off the shelf. I said, screw it, and glued it together. And this morning that I was cleaning that, or yesterday I was cleaning out my hard drive of scrap files that I don't need anymore. Projects are finished. I've chosen, like I said, I have like 3 or 4 files, sometimes 8 or 10 files for one project. And then I decide which one I actually am going to cut or print or whatever. And so I'll go through and clean it all out. I get rid of, 5 or 6 of those, one of those, and I'll save the one I want or I use. Blah, blah, blah. I found it yesterday. So, you know what? It's a perfect chunk of freaking cedar to cut 6 and clock out of. Yeah, I just wait for like, I get up at like 4:30 in the morning. And my mother doesn't always. She'll get up at 4:30 some days, and she'll get up at 8 some days. So I try not to disturb her, where she's old. She wants to sleep in, let her freaking sleep in. So I'll sit up on my computer some days when it's just kind of. It was a nice turned into a nice day yesterday, but it's pouring rain in the morning. And I just sat at my computer and said, screw it, I'm going to spend an hour and go through the files and found it. Anyway, that's what it is. I was going to resin it, but you know what? Looking at it, I think I'm just going to sand it down and cut it out and done. I kind of like it cedar. I don't think I'm gonna resin it. The resin doesn't really work well with cedar, you know, unless I make it really super dark. Although this one looks because that's actually the same material. When it's right up here, it's exactly the same material. And then that's mahogany. Those are all scraps from the same thing, that little itty bitty cloth up there. That's the same mahogany that is on the back of this. And this is the same cedar, and that's not back. That's literally only like 3/8 of an inch thick. And you can't see it from here, but if you looked at it from the side, it's got a wicked curl in it. It's like really bad, which is why I backed this with the, I had the mahogany to it. You know what? It looks good. See if it will stay stable. So it might curl on you. Be prepared. That started curling like, I don't know, a couple months after I made it. Now it's literally got like a 3/4 of an inch buckle in it. In the middle of it. You can't see it from the front, so it don't matter. I don't know. Actually, that's not the same cedar. That was a different part of the house. Same project I was doing. This is all like 20-year-old cedar in the closet. Because that's clear and this isn't, which is naughty. That's the one I made mine at, the cedar cedar. I just noticed that. Same house. It's the only time I ever did a closet. I never lined a closet in cedar before. I don't know why. It's just no one ever did it, or they always did it themselves. They did, I think I did 3 of their closets with cedar. And we went to the naughty because they ran out. Yeah, they will. Depending on humidity and blah, blah, blah. It's wicked bad here, too, because I live right on the water. I mean, not right, but the shoreline's less than a half a mile away in New England. So they got wicked, humidity fluctuations between winter and summer. It was like 85, 90% humidity this morning, and now it's like super dry, which is still 50 or 60% humidity for us. It's super dry. But we'll see. Whatever. It's the same. My brother keeps coming over going, "What are you going to do with that? Why'd you glue that together? It was on the fucking floor. I'm tired of it falling on the floor. So I glued it together." I was like, "What are you going to do with it?" "I don't know. Now it's just one board on the floor instead of 20. Literally, that's why I do it. I got a whole bunch of them over here. I got 6 or 8 of them all glued together. One of them I don't really like. I don't know what I'm doing with it. What it's oak and maple strip. The oak and maple just don't go together. They just don't. I don't know why. They just don't. There you go. Those are oak. Oh, you know what? I think my brother took it. It's not here anymore. Bunch of plywood. Bunch of scrap. Save the scrap. Make crap out of scrap. They like making crap out of scrap. Oh, you're in Dallas? What's even funnier, dude, when I started this, I got your address from someone. I actually have your address somewhere. Somebody's kid. I think, oh, Karen gave it to me. You got it from someone. Yeah, cedar swell just as bad as pine. If not more. But yeah, pine swell. All the softwood. Well, Or yeah, I mean, they all swallow hardwood too, just not as much. More because they don't absorb it as fast. They don't lose as much. But yeah, it's possible really well. You'll be almost done. It's quarter of. I might just go buy grinders for a piece of it. You know, I just got my interface, the little box that's controlling this thing. This came up when I first started. It said there was no Wi-Fi, but now it's got a Wi-Fi connection. Yes, it's in red, but that actually means it's connected. It's got an IP address and everything. But before it was saying it wasn't connected. That's weird. I wanted to update it, and it said there was no connection. I know there's an update. Not the only thing I'm concerned about all of this is the actual central air vac. Central air vacs are not made to run for hours at a time. They're made to run for 15 or 20 minutes and shut off. That thing gets freaking screaming hot. I had to take the top cover off of it because it's getting too hot. It's also on the other side of the wall. It's really loud. Like, it's louder than a freaking shop vacuum. It's like really, really loud. But it's got serious suction. That thing smokes the shop vac by like, no exaggeration, at least 4 or 5 times more vacuum power than the shop vac has. And I have a halfway decent like shop vac. It's not a big one. It's not. It's like it's a Craftsman, but it's their 3 or 4 horsepower, 8 gallons, which is whatever they call them 3 or 4 horsepower. Really, really like horsepower at all. The only problem with this, I just your little smiley face in the bottom may not really show with all the knots and everything on the computer. But oh well, we'll probably get over that. Huh? I just thought of that. Give me that show very well. Maybe I'll shoot it with some paint or something, and then paint it. Paint and things with the letters on. It's doing the left eyeball. Should be almost done with that. And all it's going to do is little, um, whatever you call it, the little comma or whatever it is that you have for your little mouse hand on the bottom. It will be done. And it'll be cool. There you go. Doing a little hula dancer skirt dance. Doing hula dancer skirt. Yeah, you haven't even seen some of the ones that I really did for freaking Hot Mate. There's a couple I sent to Caleb, and he was going to do some. video editing with them. Let's just say I did one really, really nice but really cheap because he wants to destroy it. He's like, is it okay if I take one and destroy it? It's like, no, 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 I'll make you one to destroy. That's fine. But he was gonna actually do like it's hot make time, and he was gonna light it on fire and burn it in the fireplace. But he had personal issues and life got in the way and busy. And I think he's sure to take care of his mother like I do, not to the same extent, but I'm not positive, but that's the impression I got. He was sidetracked like I do on a regular basis. Grass skirt dance, last layer. You can probably take bigger chunks. I don't know why it was 3 layers. They told me it was 4.5 millimeters deep. I told 2 layers of 3 millimeters. For some reason it's only doing 2. How's that? It's at -4 right now. It's doing the final layer. Warm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a better way to cool it. I'm gonna put a fan on it. It's done. Okay, why is it pulsing? I'm touching it down. Here you go, fix them, dude. Fix them, dude. Pretty cool. I think I'm just gonna sand it down and leave it. I don't even think I'm gonna epoxy it or anything. What do you think? Should I epoxy it? Should I put some epoxy in the letters and the numbers, or should I just leave it? Don't forget it's gonna pop the minute I hit it with polyurethane. So I'll polyurethane it so it doesn't absorb water instantly. Shut off all this loud hot equipment. And let that fan cool down for the vacuum. So it's got to be, I got to drill it out, and the back's got to be routed out for the actual clock mechanism. It's got to be inset. It won't go all the way in because it's too thin, but it's got to be inset some. But yeah, that's it. And I got to go get dinner for mom, so I'm gonna kill it right now. See you guys.